Yep, good evening, everybody. My name is Ojileye Olawale. I'm popularly known as Chief Wells in the chess community, a national arbiter and a licensed chess and school instructor. And I'm really glad. I'm so psyched that I'm opportune to be part of this wonderful history that's about to start up in this lovely country of ours. This is Chess Challenge. Between FIDE Master Abdulrahman Abdulraheem versus FIDE Master Eyetonghan Callistus. And the total prize fund, or the total raised cash for it, is 2 million naira, and winner takes all. And this is going to be starting on the 27th of February till the 2nd of March. 2nd of March 2025. And actually, it's supposed to be from 27th to 1st of March, but in case there is a tie break, we'll have to look into tie breaks from the 2nd of March. It's going to cause of rapids and blitz, then Armageddon. So it's going to be fantastic. Anyways, I'm going to say a little bit of history behind this. Actually, we know in Nigeria there has been some interesting matchups that has been popping up in the time past from the likes of Tunde Onokoya of Chess and Slums, kicking it again versus Prince Adewale Adeyinka. Yes, apologies, we had this. Yes, against, okay, we still have some other people joining. Yes, against Prince Adewale Adeyinka, which it was a millionaire matchup, and the prize was donated to the national champion in person of Ferdinand Tesse. It was a wonderful bout. And there was one by Naftali himself, Dr. Naftali versus Prince Adewale Adeyinka, also sometimes last year. And I think it was a 500k bout, if I'm not mistaken, or probably 1 million. Anyways, total is 1 million. And, they had a percentage share ratio at the end of the day. So this thing has started. But this is the very first time it's going to go. I think it's going to go really outside, way bigger, and it steps up from one person's idea, and the person is actually FIDE Master Abdulrahman Abdulraheem. It was the one that said, you know what, let us contribute to Nigerian chess. And he's seeing this as a moving forward project, such that players can start having this kind of high profile matches. We'll move from the stages of where people are donating, raising their own funds, to companies, sponsoring these kind of matches. I'm like, you know what, we would like to see the match between International Master Odiona Ikoje versus millionaire player in Nigeria. People from your workplace can decide to say, okay, for example, Mr. Adeyemika works in an IT firm. They can say, you know what, his IT firm wants to sponsor him against anybody in Nigeria to, just play chess. Before you know what, all these high profile matches is going to actually put more spotlights to chess in Nigeria and far beyond. Yes, so, and that was it. And he came out there, made an open challenge that anybody that can go for this matchup is ready to take it up. Also, from the perspective of being the defending West African zonal champion. Yes, he's allowed to put that up. Yes, at least bragging right is also there. And the next person that was going to pick up this challenge was a formidable opponent, which was fantastic, in person of FIDE Master Eyetonghan Callistus. And Callistus, we popularly known as King Kali, his his lead chess profile is linesman. I think they usually know him as linesman in the University of Benin. Yes, he's a graduate, of course. And the little history about the linesman, why people call him linesman, is because he knows his lines. He sees an opening, he tells you the opening. If there is some few moves, it tells you the variation, it tells you why this is wrong, it tells you why this is bad. So they already know, this is a linesman. This guy knows everything about lines, and that's how it got about the name. And definitely he's booked. So booked. Triple A is also booked, so we'll be seeing booked theories and fantastic ideas, creativities from these two lovely players in this fantastic match that's going up. And fortunately, we were able to talk to Mr. Dashe. Dashe was the second person, the main man, the money man. Mr. Dashe was able to help us get a venue for the event, and the venue is Royal Rex Hotel and Spa. which is at 3840 Olatunji Street, Third Road, off Agor Palace Way, Okota, Lagos. They're going to be hosting us. It's a very beautiful hotel. I've been there once. I've been there when we had a match between Oke Makinde versus International Master Olakwe Bumi, which was a fantastic place. Honestly, the bar, and it was not even completed there when I went there. Now imagine now that it's completed. I'm going to show you some interesting what is it called, videos about the place itself. So it's somewhere you can go chillax, have some fun, and I'm so sure the match there, the players will be very, very much in a conducive environment, and they'll be well entertained, and they will be able to play the best of their best in the best conditions possible for this match. Now, okay, I am going to also mention, I cannot do without this. I'm also going to mention the impact of International Master Odion Aikoje when we were trying to bring up the name for this challenge. You know, I spoke to International Master Odion Aikoje, and was able to give me one or two insights, and he was trying to see the idea how we can package it such that the name will not just be a one-off name. It's going to be like a name that is going to go off for eternity. And here we came about the chess challenge, and because the players had agreed that winner takes all, so therefore the theme for this chess challenge is winner takes all. If it is a situation whereby it is a bragging rights it's a bragging rights challenge, then we can say chess challenge, bragging rights. You know, every chess challenge is going to have its theme, but for this one it is winner takes all. That is the idea behind it. And thanks to International Master Odion Aikoje for actually helping with the names. You know, we had to cook it together anyway, but it did much of the brain. It was like 30 to 40 minutes brainstorming. And so that is it. That is that about the history, about how they came up, and to this present moment that we have in this press conference, where we are able to interview both, we are talking to the two players involved, and we are also going to be deciding the colors that they are going to be playing today. Who's going to be, I mean, the colors that are going to be playing, who's going to play white first on Thursday, 27th of February, who's going to play white first. We have to determine that today, and the appearance is going to come out as soon as possible. Okay, before then, this tournament, this matchup is going to be rated, and we have Mr. Dasha Olurotimi in the house. I believe he's going to give us one or two words about relating to this event and getting and the work progress in getting it rated. So Mr. Dashe, please, one or two words before we move on. Thank you very much.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I don't know whether you can hear me.
We can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Okay, well, I am happy to report that money has been paid to FIDE to raise this event. It was only done today. My sister sent 250 euro to FIDE today on behalf of this event, and also on behalf of the National Friends of Chess, which will be coming up later. I've sent proof of this to the Vice President of the Nigeria Chess Federation, although he hasn't acknowledged receiving it, but I'm sure that he must have received it. Whether he has read it, I really don't know, but I'll follow up on that later. Now we need to obviously get the ratings officer to put it on the FIDE calendar. Is that not so, Chief Wills? I mean,
yes, sir.
I think that's meant to be the process, yeah. Well, I've been having a back and forth with the Nigeria Chess Federation Secretary. Obviously, we all know that she's new on the job, so she needs a little guidance. But the participants can rest assured that the event will be rated. What else do you want me to talk about, if Wills?
Also to the public should also know. Okay, well, I think you've done the public declaration about the funds to the public before. I think that's majorly it. That's majorly it.
Yes, I don't know, the whole public is not there, but I can safely say that the money has been deposited in my account, and I've been looking for a flight out of Nigeria so I can run away. But unfortunately, I am yet to get a flight, which is why I am compelled to pay FIDE. So that, anyway, that's that. Said in a joking manner, yeah?
Thank you very much, Sir Dash. That's the legendary Dash Oluwarotimi. It was part of the chess challenge. And going forward, anybody that wants to run this chess challenge, please kindly contact me, or you can contact Mr. Dashe. We are very much ready to make this thing go forward and forward and forward and forward. In fact, we're looking at stakes as high as 10 million per player, and we're also looking at when juniors can also come in to also benefit from this opportunity. You know, have a stake match between probably the best player in probably Lagos versus the best junior player probably in Bayelsa or maybe in Kaduna. You know, that kind of thing. We can bring in this kind of things. It's gonna go a long way when the states chess association and private parastatals and everybody is sponsoring this kind of events. Anyways, let us quickly go to the players as fast as good. Before we go to the players, one of my guys just jumped in right now, and he's a very, very wonderful man. And he came in at the right time, because I was supposed to call him right after Uncle Dash. And this is my Oga at the top there, one of the representatives. He's going to be representing, he is, but let me just say he's representing Royal Rex Hotel and Spa. And he's one of us. He's a very good and very strong player in those days, until, you know, money, work, responsibility had to take over. But he still taps chess once in a blue moon, and he's a member of the Blue Ocean Chess Club. Give it up for Mr. Abimbola Fajemirokun. Mr. Abimbola Fajemirokun, please, we would like you, thank you very much, first of all, for allowing us to use providing the beautiful venue, Royal Rex Hotel and Spa. And we want you to please say one or two things about the venue and about the matchup, what you are looking forward to. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you very much. Good evening. Audible?
Yes, your audio is good. Your audio is good, sir.
Okay, so please forgive me. The name is Architect Bimbo Fajemirokun, right? Yeah, so you permit me. I hope you can see me, right? Can I just
yeah, we can see you actually.
Put off my
You can
video.
put off the camera. You can put off the camera,
Okay,
no problem. Yes, you're good, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much. Well, I'm so happy. I'm so happy seeing this challenge, and to giving us the grace and the opportunity to host this chess challenge between FM Abdulrahman and FM Callistus. Unfortunately, I do not know Callistus. I heard that he's one of the young guys coming up, right? I cannot wait to see this. I cannot wait to see this. I know FM Abdulrahman very well. So I'm a chess lover. I love chess so much, and expectations are high. We cannot wait to see this start and to see what the outcome is going to be. Now, our hope and our vision, our Royal Rex vision, is to ensure that we support chess not just in Lagos, in Nigeria, and all over, because we believe that chess is an important tool in life. It will add to the development of your mindset, ability to plan, ability to execute, and of course, it will make the world a better place. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Architect Bimbo Fajem. I'm so sorry for not having that title in the first place. Apologies, but thank you very much, Architect Bimbo Fajem, for the opportunity and for the expectation that you're also having towards this fantastic match. Yes, let's quickly move on. Right now, we are going to start talking to the players. I actually have some few questions for FIDE Master Abdulrahman Abdulraheem and also Callistus Eyetonghan. So this is how I'm going to start it. I'm going to ask the question. FIDE Master Abdulrahman is going to answer the question, and immediately he stops. FIDE Master Eyetonghan Callistus is also going to, respond to the question as well. So, question number one, and this goes to FIDE Master Abdulrahman Abdulraheem. We have this match right now. I believe you've been prepping for the past 1 month over this, especially when you are preparing against this opponent. Can you please share your strategy going towards this match? Do we have any surprises going for your opponent?
Thank you. Thank you for the question. Well, I don't think I'm going to share details about how I intend to approach the match. But what I can say is that it's going to be a very interesting match. I'm going to, try to fight. I love chess. I love to play chess generally. And so I'm excited just at the prospect of sitting at the board again.
Well, thank you very much. FIDE Master Eyetonghan Callistus, now that Mr. Triple A is not showing us, telling us the full strategy, I believe you can probably share some of your own strategies towards this match for us, and if you have any surprises for your opponent.
I don't know about surprises. I think the match has to start before we see surprises. If we will see surprises, but it's an exciting match. 6 games against the same opponent. I think it's the first time I'm playing such a match, and it's exciting. There's a lot to expect. There's a lot of drama that I believe would happen, and all of that preparations. And I don't know what my opponent has cooked that is hiding, but we'll see in a few days. And yeah, I'm excited about the match.
Thank you very much, FIDE Master Callistus. Apparently, I learned there is a guy that in your school that actually named you linesman, that you had to beat the guy black and blue. The guy even sang, sang praises in your name somehow. It's really interesting to have that gist coming from your fellow Univen player.
Yeah, it was one of our players then. So he's a rapper. I think he even sang a song about it. I don't know. But...
Wow. FIDE Master Abdulrahman Abdulraheem, where did the best smile came from? Because we knew, was it the nickname you had from school, or because I know if it is according to chess, if it is a nickname to chess, I think you mostly call the burning train. Is it burning train or moving train? Which one?
Moving.
Oh, moving train. So where did the best smiles come from?
Well, it was just a random thing. I was trying to choose a username, I think on chess.com, and it just occurred to me randomly. I don't know, maybe I came across those words, the best smiles, and then I was confused about what those 3 words actually means. Like, does it mean the person who is the best smiles, or does it mean a collection of the best smiles, as in if you collect the best smiles, if you have the best smiles? So I just found it, just a random, fascinating, phrase, and I decided to make it a username.
Ladies and gentlemen, and that's how we now know the history behind the best smiles right now. So it's just a random thing, a random double catchy thing. Okay, so we should be expecting some random openings. I'm sure we won't see H4 and H5 anyways, but we'll see some random things. Anyways, FIDE Master Abdulrahman Abdulraheem, can you please tell us, so far so good in your career in chess, who is your toughest opponent so far so good? Every Superman has his own, form of kryptonite. Who do you think is your toughest opponent?
Well, I mean, is that like in Nigeria or?
Yeah, in Nigeria. Oh, of course, Nigeria. We are in Nigeria.
Please. Okay. Well, In Nigeria, who is my toughest opponent? Well, the thing is that the people I might have wanted to mention, I have not played so many games against them. So like Daniel or Little B, I've not played so many games against them. So I don't really think it will be correct to say they're like my toughest opponent. So I would want to mention Femi Balogun because I've played a lot of games against him. So I think Femi is a really strong player. I still hope that I will get the opportunity to play some matches against him in the future. Really strong player, really deep, ideas, really crafty. So yeah, I'd say I would mention Femi. We've had some very great fights over the years.
Thank you very much regarding that. Sir Callistus, over to you. Your toughest opponent. So far, so good.
Toughest opponents. Personally, I had let me put it this way: coming up as a junior, then trying to get into the top 10, being 2-2 and all of that, I had a lot of tough opponents. Like my opponents here in this match, and I think the other guys are normally in the top 10, Balogun, Odiov, all of them at some point. But I think recently I've been able to overcome that and kind of balance the scores in a way. So, but regardless, I think out of all of them, the most interesting and difficult to figure out might be Akinshe, FM Akinshe. His style is kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but it's always, it's always difficult preparing for him because you don't know what style he will play with. Like, it's not as clear as the other players, if I would say. So, I think FM Akinshe.
Wow, that's kudos to FIDE Master Akinshe Abiola. And that young man won MVP for the chess league like back to back, like 2 occasions. He was playing on beaten runs as far back as 2016, 2017, I think, the chess league, if I can remember vividly. Yep. So it is a wonderful hard knock player, if there's a word like that, Finally, my question to both of you, because like I said, won't take much of your time, is this. I'll start with Callistus. Callistus, can you please tell us what exactly sets you apart from other Nigerian chess players? What do you think sets you apart from every other Nigerian chess player?
Interesting question. And the answer I gave won't be certain for sure because it will be my own assumption, but I think I am very passionate, very, very passionate about chess, about playing chess, playing tournaments. So.
Okay, so I think, did we lost him or has he stopped talking? FM Callistus, are you still saying something? I think we've lost Callistus there. Can anybody still? I don't think I can't hear him anymore. Yes, I can't hear him anymore. Let me throw it to FIDE Master Abdulrahman Abdulraheem in the meantime. Mr. Abdulrahman, what do you think sets you apart from every other chess player in Nigeria? Thank you.
Well, unfortunately, I won't be very original. I think I will follow what Callistus said. I think also it has to be passion. I think that like the people who know me, there are few people who are as passionate about chess as I am. So I'm passionate about, about improving from all the angles, so like I'm very interested in learning about chess and learning new things about chess. Many people, when they know something about chess, they limit their knowledge. They're not really always trying to learn as much as possible. So I think passion is definitely something I would say sets me apart. And generally, if you want to be great at anything, I think passion is necessary. It's absolutely required if you want to be like at the top of anything. So yeah, passion.
Thank you very much. Both players summing it up from the passion point of view. That's what sets them apart from every other chess player. Some people are just bantered chess players, but some people really have the passion to improve in their gameplay. Thank you very much. You guys are both wonderful. And now I'm going to declare the floor open for 1, 2, 3, 4, actually for 4 questions. I'm declaring the floor open for 4 questions. Please, if you want to ask a question, can you raise it? Okay, Mr. David Peter, please kindly ask your question. Number 1, that's 1, remaining 3. Mr. David, you can unmute and ask your question. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My question actually is to FIDE Master Abdulrahman Abdulraheem. Given the game that you both players played at the NCC and the results and how it turned out for him, my question to him is, how does that have any impact as to the match? Does that play psychologically into this match, knowing the last result of the game and what it could potentially have caused for the tournament?
Thank you for this question. I mean, I've thought about that. I will not say that I've not, that has not crossed my mind. So, but I would say not really. Not really. At the end of the day, what matters is good moves. And in that game that I lost at the NCC, it's not like I didn't play well, So, yeah, I take solace in the fact that of course, there were lots of things, lots of improvement, and I've analyzed the game, certainly. So I think I learned some important things from that game. But also, I remember my nice win against Callistus at the West African Championship last year. So, okay, if I remember the win and, okay, the latest loss, yeah, it makes me motivated. I think that's the only thing I would say. It makes me motivated, like, okay, this is another opportunity to play against this very strong opponent who has defeated me recently.
Okay, thank you very much. Next question goes to Architect Bimbo Fajemiroko, please. You can kindly unmute and ask a question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Once again, I want to say a very good evening to everybody. So I have this major question bothering me, and I hope that our young guys here, our FM, will be able to answer the question. So they say nothing is impossible in life, right? Now, the first question is, so it's going to be two in one. Is it possible to produce a GM in Nigeria, say within the time frame of 5 years? If it is possible, would you say you see yourself as a GM in the next 5 years? Do you have that as part of your plan? So this question is for the two of them. Do you have that as part of your plan? Because I know you are passionate about chess, yes. Where do you see yourself in the field of chess in 5 years? And what are you doing towards it? Thank you very much.
That's to FIDE Master Callistus, I believe. King Kali, linesman, your response.
It's actually for the two of them.
Ah, beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, for the two of them, yeah.
King Kali, you first. Okay, I think he had issues with his network. He's back. Okay. Mr. Kali, can you hear?
Yes, I have network issues.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, I didn't get the question.
Okay, the question is, where do you see that? Where do you see yourself in the next? Do you have aspirations to become a GM? And what do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay. Like every young player, starting to play chess as a junior, I always had the aspiration to be a GM. So, but let's say in the next 5 years, I think for chess generally in Nigeria, there are a lot of factors. And I'm the kind of person that I like being realistic. If I'm going to bank on my work rates, that's the work I'm doing personally and my play, I know with time it's an achievable goal. But there are other factors that are lacking in the share space in Nigeria that makes this goal a little bit more difficult. I think some players are saying our only realistic chance is through AICC, and slowly I'm starting to believe that, because with the situation in Nigeria, very few players, or I think no player at the moment, is even trying to get GM norms, IM norms, playing international tournament. These things are important if, as a country, we still want to achieve GM titles. So these are, I think, sponsorship generally. That sums it up. Sponsorship. With sponsorship, I think it's a very achievable goal.
Thank you very much. FIDE Master Abdulrahman Abdulraheem, your take.
Yes, I definitely think that it's possible for us to produce grandmasters. And I think that maybe some people don't realize it, but we are already in a new era of chess. If you look at some of our best junior players, you will notice that there are things happening that have never happened in the history of chess, like in Nigeria. So we are having like 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds who are playing exceptional chess. So there are a couple of them I can name: Goodness, Chibukem, Chiamaka, Deborah Quickpen. They're like some very young, extremely young, and they are already playing at a very high level. So I think that they represent evidence that it's very possible. If some of those our junior players, if they have the right support, it's easier for them. Because also remember, they have a K factor of 40. So it's easier for them to gain rating. It's easier for them to, quickly climb up the ranks if they have the strength. About me personally, yes, I've not given up. This is like a long-term dream, long-term goal that I have. And generally, I'm not faced by the difficulties. Of course, I understand that it's very difficult. I understand, but I think it's still possible. And yes, I believe it's possible in the next 5 years. Of course, there are a lot of impediments. As Callistus has mentioned, playing in international tournaments is very challenging, because it costs a lot. That's the main impediment. It's just money. It costs a lot. If you want to go to Dubai now to go and play Qatar Masters or one of these events, the amount you will have to spend will be very crazy. But I think that's part of passion, figuring out a way to achieve the goal. Many people can just throw up their hands in defeat and say, the goal is too difficult. There's so much money involved. But few people are able to actually put their money where their mouth is. And that's part of why I'm happy that this challenge is happening. Because there are so many people who talk a big game. Who are the top 10 players? They are not, they're not that strong, But in the end, very few of these people, if any, are willing to actually step forward and say, look, I want to actually put my money where my mouth is. So very big kudos to Callistus for stepping up. And, this shows why he has become such a strong player so quickly, because if you're afraid that, I'm going to fail, I'm going to look somehow, people are going to make jest of me, you're never going to become great. So my general answer is that yes, and yes, I think it's possible. And I think that I can do it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was just a wonderful answers from both parties. I think we have two more questions to answer. Who else wants to ask any question? If you have anybody that wants to ask any question before we move to the next agenda, which is to unveil who's going to play white first in the upcoming tournament. And before we get to that, please, a special shout out to our official commentator in person of Lakwite Oluwadurotimi, aka Master of Slowest Play. Thank you very much. Mr. Lakwite, please, 1 or 2 words before we move on. Just 1 or 2. We want to hear your voice.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. So I've already started, making some comments from the quotes that they'll be making. Actually, the important thing is I'm looking forward to an exciting match. I feel like both of them are really strong players. I think number 3 and 4 in the country. So I'm just looking forward to an exciting match, and I feel like it's going to deliver 100%. So that's just all I'm going to say.
Thank you very much. That's from our official commentator for the match. Live analysis, video-wise, please. It is not audio. We'll be seeing their faces. In fact, we want to see the pains of every player when they are making the moves. When the hand starts shaking, want to shake. Yes, we'll see it live and direct. So there'll be no stories involved. Trust me, we're actually working on that. So 2 questions. If there are no questions, we have to move into unveiling the players that is going to play white for the tournament. Mr. Okpongete Edindion, can you please unmute and ask your question very fast? Thank you very much.
Okay, my question to the gladiators, good evening everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Is for Abdulrahman and Callistus. Who are their mentors and role model in the chess world? I equally want to agree with them that the idea of getting a grandmaster in Nigeria is very possible. The dream is not like ridiculous. The biggest issue, like they have all said, is the money aspect. I'm thinking that in the nearest future, people like ourselves that we are passionate about this, we can rally around and support aspiring talent. The biggest issue, yet again, is that most people do look at, when it comes to sponsorship, they forget about the more experienced players and talk about the youngsters and forget about some of the people that have over 5 to 10 years experience. I feel they shouldn't be forgotten in the long run. Yes, and my question is simply for Callistus and for Abdulrahman, who are their role models in chess? They are both agreed that they can achieve this GM title under 5 years. And, playing chess to this level in Nigeria is already a one needs to applaud them and say it's not easy. So, yeah, who are their role models? That's my question. I want to know.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ed. Thank you very much. Mr. Callistus, your role model, please. That's your role model.
Okay. I think my own case, what happens is that through different stages of my play, I've had different role models based on the challenge in front of me. And so at some point, I was following the games of, I think there were 3 group of grandmasters playing Gonfed, and Gadakamsky, Eugene Perelstein, and Roman Vindashvili. So I was following their games and analysis at that stage. But with time, when I was able to develop to a different stage and I encountered a different problem, so I had a different role model. I think I was trying to follow the training method of Magdovsky, and I did to an extent try to follow the Chinese school of chess. I think there's a book on it, their methodology, how they produce a lot of grandmasters. Currently, I would say I'm in a transitioning phase. Like, if you noticed, it was just last year that I finally settled down in the top 10. Like, previously, I'll be like number 11, maybe sometimes number 9 in the country. But last year, I was able to get as high as number 2. And I did not just get there and come back. I stayed there. So now it's a different level for me. So I think I'm still in the process of searching for a role model that will take me from this current stage to probably 2, 3, 2, 4. So that's where I am now.
Thank you very much, Fide Master Callistus. He's still searching for his role model, searching for Bobby Fischer too. Fide Master Abdulrahman, your role model.
I would say Vasil Ivanchuk, who I think is like a really great chess genius, although he's not as strong as he used to be, but definitely one of the guys I look up to. And then in Nigerian chess, coming up, I was very inspired by Fide Master Adebayo Adegboyega, Little B. I learned with him. I studied with him quite a bit. So I think he's the one I would say I looked up to coming up the ranks.
Dabi, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, Fide Master Abdulrahman Abdulraheem.
Sorry, I want to ship.
Okay, yes.
I want to ship in something.
Okay.
In Nigeria, I think a player that has had an impact, but he might not know it, but it's I am Balogun. In a way. So he's a kind of player that after the game he's able to analyze and say a few words. So that period when I was struggling to enter the top 10, after he beats me, he would say, this, why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? So those little tips here and there I think my opening at that stage was very timid. I didn't want to fight. I just want to go to an end game and slowly squeeze the win. So he gave some advices here and there. So that was really helpful. Then in the Nigerian dressing, I think all the players that were there before me, in one way or the other, have inspired me in my journey.
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much. That's fantastic from both players. And one more, because the last action that we're going to be having is just unveiling the colors. Who's going to play white first on Thursday? That's the major thing that we are here for. So quickly, we have less than 10 minutes to wrap this up. So last question. Anyone? Yes, Lakpito Rotimi, please. You can have the floor for the last question. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I saw someone wanting to also ask a question, so I'm conflicted. But
too late.
Yeah, my question is for both participants. What do you consider to be your opponent's greatest strength and weakness in purely their chess play? What do you consider their strength and their weakness for both participants? Yeah.
So that means Fide Master Abdulrahman. So what is the weakness and the strength of Callistus? Let's go.
I think his biggest strength is tactical awareness. I think he has like a very good natural awareness of possibility of tactics. And, that's a very big advantage, at our level. Biggest weakness, I would say maybe these openings. I feel like maybe his openings are not as, his openings are not as strong in terms of like being theoretically sound. I would say, yeah, maybe just the openings, but generally very strong player.
And that's it. Linesman, your lines are not that strong, according to his view to your to your weaknesses. Now, your turn.
I think that's the challenge of trying to be jack of all trades and master of none. So, well, for my opponent, I would say his strength, just like his famous his famous phrase, AAA, attack, attack, attack. He's the kind of player that likes being aggressive on the board, try to create as many problems for his opponent. So I think that's his strength, being able to build attacks and cause trouble from a seemingly innocent position. He will just be able to spring up something creative. Well, I also think that his strength is also his weakness, ironically, because it's when you have a certain perception, you have a certain style of play, it tends to prevent you from seeing some moves that are not in tune with that style of play. Just like when you compare players like Kasparov and Karpov. Karpov is able to play those very quiet little moves that cause a lot of trouble long term, but Kasparov is just, both approaches are good, but they have their drawbacks. So that's why I said it's both a strength and a major weakness as well.
Wow. This is interesting. This is very exciting. And thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Thank you for the questions. This has been fantastic. And now we go to the unveiling of who is going to be playing white. First in the very first game. So quickly, I am going to do something. I'm going to share screen. We're not going to be using the traditional way of holding one pawn and a white pawn on the right hand, left hand, and start juggling. We are on the internet, so let's go the software way. So I'm going to be sharing my screen right now to show you something particularly different. Give me a sec. Here we go. So there is this website called Pick a Wheel. It's called Pick a Wheel. Share, and I believe everybody can see. Beautiful. So here I'm going to be inputting the players' names. Okay, FIDE Master Abdulrahman Abdulraheem. That's the very first player, and we'll input the second player, who is in fact FIDE Master Eyetonghan Callistus. So this is Speaker Wheel program. Let me add it first. Enter. So we have the two guys. So once I click on this spin button, whoever it's pointed to plays white for the first game, and the pairing will continue like that. Are we ready? Are we ready? FIDE Master Abdulrahman, FIDE Master Callistus, can you please give the go ahead so I can click spin?
Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. And booms, here is it. Spinning, 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 and bam! Here we go. Congratulations, FIDE Master Eyetonghan Callistus has been selected to play white in the very first game of this match. Please, thank you very much. This is very, very exciting. So, how do you feel about that? Picking white in the very first game. How do you feel, Sir Callistus? How do you feel?
Not sure about it. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a big achievement. I know a lot of top players would see it as something very well. I think both colors are equally good. Considering in this kind of matchup, you have to be able to play equally well with both colors, else there will be a lot of trouble.
And Sir Abdulrahman, what's your opinion about this?
Yeah, it's fine. You know, I don't have like very strong feelings.
Wow. Okay, so that is it. No strong feelings about the color, so we have it. We totally have it. Now, before we leave, I'm gonna give a special shout out and thanks to the Vice President of the Nigerian Chess Federation in person of Prince Adewale Adeyanka. This man's contribution towards Nigerian chess is we can't mention. It's just too much. It's just all over. Chess is here, chess is there. You find Prince Adewale Adeyanka in 90% of every chess activities in Nigeria. Please, we're going to use this opportunity to give him a special shout out. He would have joined this live program, but he was actually in a program right there in Ondo State. It's an official representation. I don't want to go into details. I'm sure he's going to come and give us the good news when he gets back. So a special shout out to Prince Adewale Adeyanka. God bless you very much for all you do, sir. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end for today. And we see you on the Thursday for the very first match. Thank you very much. Bye for now.